It is Thoma time. Good evening, afternoon. Maybe you're taking a good old Betty bye right before you take that sleep. You're watching this video, whatever time of day it is. I am pleasantly surprised by the power of Thoma, especially if you guys need a big shielder character. He is the one. He's going to fulfill all your dreams, including even in Thoma Team. You know what to do. Hit that sub button. Join the fan with me and Steve and everyone else down in the comment section. Let's dig into this character. Before we get into the builds, let's talk about exactly what makes Thoma tick and why he's so powerful, why I like him quite a lot. So he's a shield master. He also does off-the-field pyro damage. Think like Xingqiu, but pyro instead. So let's talk about this shield real quick. It's a little bit convoluted, but not too bad here. So his shield, the big one is coming from his E, the Blazing Blessing here. It was 250% more pyro damage absorption. We like that. Here's the real thing about how his shield works. Every time you get a new shield, it refreshes the duration and adds up the damage that you can absorb. So you can see right here, the shield damage absorption at level 1 is 7.2% of your max HP and 693 flat on top of that. But the max shield absorption is actually 19.6 with 1887 flat. So how do we do that? Obviously, we can't do that with this alone because this is an 8-second duration on a 15-second cooldown. Will enter nothing but the Crimson Aurora, which is going to be his elemental burst. Now this is going to do a couple of things. The main thing it's going to do when you activate it, it's going to apply a field around you, and when you have this activated, the active character is going to do pyro damage every 1 second. Every time this procs, you're going to get this little mini shield here, which is 1.1% of your max HP at level 1 and 110 flat. And remember, you're not just refreshing the duration of your shield from activating your elemental burst. You're actually going to refresh that shield and apply that new shield every single time you do fiery collapse, which is going to be the automatic sort of Xingqiu-esque attack that follows up there, which is quite awesome. And it's between these two skills that you're going to be able to make it all the way back around to your E to refresh that shield again. So let's just go showcase this for you guys real quick here with a level 40 big boy. Just pop this up and then we'll pop our burst here. And every single time we attack, we're applying another shield. A little bit smaller shield per attack there, but it's okay. See, we still have the shield, the new one. And we'll do this one again. And we're just going to have this shield last for a long while there, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And that's where the strength of his elemental burst comes from. Because you look at this, you go, oh, the shield duration's 8 seconds. The shield damage absorption is 1% of your max HP and 110 flat at level 1. That's crazy. But remember, you're going to get that shield and refresh the stack duration of everything, including your E, every single time you proc that fiery collapse, which happens every 1 second, guys. So that's huge. It's huge. And when it comes to talents here, we have ascensions. We need to talk about them real quick. The armor one, the first ascension here, is actually very powerful. It's going to give shield strength every time you obtain a refresh to your blazing barrier. It works very well with your elemental burst. It has 5 stacks. 5 seconds in, you're going to have 25% extra shield strength. Not a whole lot more than you could love than 25% free shield strength on your active character. The second one here, Flaming Assault, is going to make his sort of pyro application also have an HP scaling. Think of this as something similar to the HP scaling that you see on Zhongli's attacks here, because it does have a little bit of extra HP scaling from his passives down here, 1.39, whereas Thoma's is right around 2.2% of his max HP. Now, Constellations for Thoma, they're very easy to understand. The first one here is very nice. It's going to reduce the cooldown of your E and your burst while you're getting attacked. Okay, you use them as support. Someone's going to get hit. Your shield's going to absorb some damage, and you're going to reduce your cooldown of your important stuff, your E and your Q, by 3 seconds one time every 20 seconds. The second constellation here is going to extend the duration of your elemental burst by 3 seconds. So that means 3 more stacks of that shield, that 1.1% plus the flat HP rate. 3 times there, which is nice. Also, you're gonna be doing pyro damage for those additional 3 seconds. C3 here is gonna increase your Blazing Blessing by 3, so slightly stronger shield. C4 here is gonna give you 15 energy back for Thoma, making it go from 80 energy to 65, which is pretty nice there. And the C6 here is pretty nice as well. Every single time you obtain a new shield or refresh the duration of a shield, you're gonna get a 6-second buff for your whole party, increasing their normal charge and plunging attack damage by 15%, which is pretty nice. Now, when it comes to builds, there's gonna be 2 Thoma builds that I think you guys are going to enjoy the most here. The first one is gonna be like a damage dealing energy recharge centric build. This is using the good old Emblem of Severed Fate set. He's got an 80 cost elemental burst, especially if you don't have that constellation for it. Who is C0 elemental burst, very expensive, costs 80. This is also going to boost up the damage of those procs because they are counted as elemental burst damage procs, the same as Xingqiu's are. So elemental burst, Emblem of Severed Fate set, very nice. Gonna give you some energy recharge, and it's gonna give you 75% up to 75% elemental burst damage bonus. So it's gonna help you out filling that burst up and make him do more damage. If you're trying to build him as a damage dealer, that's going to be helpful there as well. In this all-rounder Emblem of Severed Fate set, we have a crit chance circlet, we have a pyro damage goblet, we have an energy recharge sands here as well to sort of facilitate all that energy recharge. All in all, together with the subsets focusing on some HP, some crit chance as well, we have 50% crit rate, 116 crit damage, 253 energy recharge, and at level 40 we have 2,239 attack there, which is pretty powerful considering that he's a level 40, 10,000 HP. However, if you want to go for the HP bruiser sort of all-around build, then what you want to do, if you want to maximize your shields with just pure support Thoma, go for an HP percent sands, HP percent goblet, HP percent circlet, just like those big Zhongli builds back in the day, throwing that black tassel that we talked about, game for HP percent substats in your flower and your feather. And then if you want to do a little bit of damage on top of that, try to get some crit chance in there as well. And if you're going that big HP percent set, what you can do is 2-piece of the Emblem of Severed Fate set for that 20% energy recharge, because we still want some of that in our substats. And then on top of that, the other 2 pieces that you could use is none other than the Tenacity of the Millicent set for 20% more HP there as well. That's what I would do for the HP build and the big old damage dealing build if you can go ahead and acquire those things, because so much of his damage is coming from his Elemental Burst. That's what you're focused on. Get the Emblem Severed Fate set 4-piece, run them like we just went over. If you want the big bruiser build, do what was just discussed. If you're using that set and you have the Engulfing Lightning thrown around, or the catch as well, that's something else that you can use there. If you're focusing on him doing sub DPS damage, the catch is going to have 12% crit rate for Elemental Burst, some Elemental Burst damage up of its own. Engulfing Lightning is going to give you some attack based off of your energy recharge there. Another thing, obviously, if you have the Staff of Thoma, works pretty well with him. Excellent stat stick, gives some attack based off of HP, so you can do like a sort of a hybrid build with the staff. Other 5-star weapons as well, primarily a Jade Wing Spear. We like this one a lot. You need to be on the field to proc this thing though, but it does give you 22% crit rate, deathmatch for the same reason. Fantastic thing there. Those are both excellent weapons. If you are doing some other stuff, if you're doing like an electro charged Thoma team, which we'll talk about in a minute, Dragon's Bane could be pretty good as well. He's doing pyro damage, afflicting with pyro. You have Xingqiu in your party as well, inflicting with hydro. This could be okay. It's probably a weapon you guys are going to want to stay away from. However, if you're trying to do just a big HP stat stick, Black Tassel is the thing. Level this thing up, it's gonna give you the most HP in a single weapon slot, opposed to like maybe our 5 Staff of Thoma that gives 40%. This is gonna give you 40-something% as well. If you wanted just a big HP barrier spammer, Black Tassel is where you want to be. Now, team member for Thoma, you can treat him like Zhongli, big shields. You can even use him with Hu Tao. So we're gonna show you how to use him with Hu Tao right now, because a lot of people are like, you can't use him with Hu Tao. He's going to get rid of all your pyro applications. It's just gonna be a big mess. So what we're gonna do, get in here, and then we're gonna do 2 normal attacks into a charge attack. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. Stop running away, bro. And that is big for new Hu Tao owners out there. You can use Thoma with it. You will have double pyro, which is pretty nice, but neither character really scales super well off of attack percent, but it's a free damage buff up there. But the real thing is he's gonna be able to provide strong shields, and you can use these 3 members together. On top of that, another team I think you're going to be seeing quite a lot of is this team here. Thoma Official, Xingqiu, and then either like Sucrose or Venti or Kazuha. Oh boys, are we cooking with fire with this one. So what you're going to be doing here is an actual fireworks team. Oh my goodness, it's going to be powerful. So let's just pop this off, and it's just, we're going to be electrocharging the crap out of this guy into vaporizing, into overloading, into all of this stuff. I'm pretty sure most of these characters are naked, but this is going to, look at all of the reactions when all these characters are ready to do damage. It's going to be pretty nutty. You're just going to reapply, get back in here. I'm pretty sure Official's naked. I mean, this is pretty rad. I won't lie. This is pretty rad. Overload, electrocharge, vaporize. Where are you going, boss? Oof. And we still have not lost this. Now, are my characters naked? Let's see. Oh yeah, 394 attack. Oh yeah. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be using Thoma. First on Shielder, and then someone, like I said, Fireworks Squad is going to be insane with him. Look forward to seeing a lot of Fireworks teams out there. Think of like the old Yomiya Fireworks teams and things of that nature, but with just your off the field character. Xingqiu plus Thoma same time, vaporizing, electrocharging, detonating things. It's going to be wild, bro. It's going to be an insane. And you're going to see a lot of these fireworks-based Thoma teams in the future. He's going to be your shielder. You're never going to take damage. Him and Xingqiu are going to be clapping hands out there, high-fiving each other like brothers. Fish are going to be in there reacting to everything. Whoa, Freddie, that's going to be a good scene. Tell him, Steven.